Hi, I'm Matt Collins. I'd like to welcome you to Bob Weber Auto Mart on Douglas Avenue here in Racine, across from Douglas Park. We specialize in 1-year-old, low mileage, almost new cars. And if you'd like to stop by and see them, or see them on our website, bobweberautomart.com, we could save you between $5,000 and $10,000 on your next almost new car purchase.
You know what? I just had an idea.
You're not even having to intro to this?
No.
We're just going right into the show.
Whatever. He's Gery Woelfel of Racing Sports.
That's why I love it. Your spontaneity is among the best I've seen.
I'm Sparky, Fifer, Sports Radio 1250, but you know us. We've been doing this for years. It is Sports Junkies. But what you don't know is this is the very first one that we're going to do about Bucks basketball this year. And as you know, we'll do this throughout the remainder of the season.
And with intros like that, it might be our last.
Right. But as you also know, if you followed us throughout the years, these tend to be kind of heated videos that Gery and I do concerning the Milwaukee Bucks. So I came up with an idea while we were about to start the video. Gery?
Stop the presses. Sparky came up with an idea.
Yeah, I have a challenge for Greg Geeson, our executive producer, to see just how good he really is.
How good he really is?
Yeah, and he doesn't know.
Let's move on.
Right,
We know that answer.
No, my challenge is this. I would like to have the junkie videos each and every week at RacineSportsZone.com. But I would like
scoreboard?
I would like to have a little thing underneath where people can vote for the winner of the round that week.
Oh.
So on the Bucks videos, it would be Sparky v. Gery, and then you can click on who you think won that video.
Hold it, I'm going to tweet out.
Greg Geeson is saying he
right
can
now, vote for Woelfel. No other reason, just vote for Woelfel.
Okay, Greg Geeson says that he thinks he can make this happen.
Oh yeah, he's going to stop the ballot.
What we'll do is each week, week, Greg will come in with the results of the previous week's video to see who won that round.
This is like taking a vote in Florida if Geeson's running.
No,
or Chicago.
I think this is a good idea. This is a great idea.
Hey, get Geeson out of the mix. We're good.
You have family members that can vote for you.
They won't even vote for me.
All right, so we'll see if we can get this done this week at RacineSportsZone.com.
You know my family loves you.
Yes, they do. Yes, I love them too. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Milwaukee Bucks. As we start the exhibition season here, the free practice has come and gone. As we tape this, the first exhibition game has come and gone. The Bucks got blown out of the water by the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm not really all that surprised they got blown out of the water by the Cavaliers because I think the Cavaliers have more talent. But having said all of that, the Bucks didn't shoot well. Not surprised by that because I think it's going to be a season-long trend. They didn't score. Not surprised by that either. I think that's going to be a season-long trend. I guess what I tuned in to watch
vote Woelfel
was I tuned in to watch the Greek Freak, Giannis the Rook, to see how he was going to play.
And
I see what they saw, why they drafted him. I mean, you can see.
You were a little reluctant about that pick.
Yeah. Because
now you're starting to sway a little bit.
No. I'm going to tell you why. Because I got
3 months after the draft, you're already changing your opinion?
No. I got burned by the Tobias Harris fiasco. When they didn't play him, they trade him, and then he does what he does in Orlando. I don't want to get stuck in this again, where, John Hammond drafts this kid, he doesn't play, he watches, and then 3 years from now, John Hammond's fired, the new GM comes in and says, I don't see it, trade him, and then he goes and plays well somewhere else. That's why I'm hesitant to fall in love and buy into another young player on this Bucks team, fearing that they're not going to be here anyhow.
Well, we don't want to give any rumors any support here, but did you see the latest crazy rumor?
Or what?
And then this came out, I'm trying to remember who did it, but it was somebody pretty well known. He claims they're trading Giannis and Butler to Boston?
For Rondo?
No, to Toronto for
Rudy Gay?
Rudy Gay.
Done. See you.
Oh, no, there's no way.
Bye-bye.
There's no way in Herb Cole's
they got to add more than just those two, though. Financially, they've got to add more.
There would be. I mean, but that would be the gist of the
I wish you remember who it was.
No.
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Sure
and I love Rudy Gay. I'm a big fan. But Giannis has a chance to be really good. They got to give this a chance. This is their one chance to possibly get a superstar.
This is what I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
I saw what they saw. I saw a tall lead. I saw Kevin Durant. Fine. I saw the turnaround one-step fadeaway jumper that he hit. Beautiful. Loved it. I saw the baseline block defensively. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I saw it, okay?
18 years old. I know where you're going with this.
I saw it.
18 years old.
I saw it.
You know.
But he's not going to be a factor this year. We know this. He's not going to be a factor next year. We know that.
Right.
So we're talking 3 years. By the time we get to his third year, we hope then to see what we're going to see out of him.
Absolutely.
And let me make a prediction.
Tell me how good Kevin Durant was his first couple years.
He was a lot better at 18 than this kid is. At 18 years old, his
You know
freshman
what?
year in college, he dominated.
And I'll retract it because we're talking
He
about a Hall of Fame
dominated.
player. But let's say I don't know.
He dominated in college. Kevin Durant dominated.
absolutely.
At 18.
I'm not so sure this kid went in college.
No.
What do you mean?
No.
If he played in college right now, he'd be one of the top 10
He played
players.
at Marquette. I don't know if he'd start.
Start. He would be their best player.
Okay, fine.
Next to Jameel Wilson.
If you believe that to be true,
Yeah.
if you think he's that good,
Yeah.
then I issue this.
Okay.
John Hammond, I know you've said in the past you're not really a big fan of sending him to the D-League. I get it. Send him to the D-League. Let's see if he can go in the D-League and dominate.
Absolutely not.
The
Absolutely
D-League,
not.
Gary, is better than anything he's played into this point.
Doesn't matter.
It's better.
You
So
know what,
let
though?
him go there. It's an up and down floor style offense or game, right? Up and down, not a lot of defense.
Yeah.
And let's see him show me some offense.
No, he's got a chance to be on the floor now. With Delfino out, there's an opening for him. They got to see him. They got to throw him in and give him like maybe 10, 15 minutes a game. Just
I don't
get some
see
decent-
it.
They're there.
I don't see it.
Oh, no doubt.
I think he's going to average between 5 and 8 minutes a game this year.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
What is he going to do with 5 and 8 minutes a game?
He's going to learn so much just about the whole NBA process. And he's got the perfect mentor in Butler. Butler is...
I like Caron Butler.
He is going to teach Giannis a ton of stuff about being a pro, you know?
Right.
So, no, that to me, I would keep him on the team all the way through.
I like what I saw in him. I think he shows you flashes. But I saw flashes from Jennings too. I've seen
You
flashes
sure did.
from
You were the
other
president
guys.
of the Brandon
Right.
Jennings fan club.
And I'm not the president of this guy's fan club. But I want...
You will be. Mark my words, within 2 years,
Okay,
you'll be the president.
Fine. That's fine. If I am, great. I'm
Yeah,
fine with
yeah.
that. All I'm saying is, he's definitely a project. I think
He
everybody
is a
understands
project.
that.
Yeah, no question.
But I know what's going to happen.
What?
If this basketball team doesn't play well this year,
Yeah.
and he ain't playing,
Yeah.
fans are going to be mad. Because if they're not playing well and they're not playing the future, fans are going to be mad. We're trying to get to 38 wins to be the 8th seed, and that's why Giannis isn't playing.
I agree, though. Come February, when the trade deadline takes place, and if the Bucks are playing well, he's going to play, I would imagine, a few minutes. But if they're free falling, you got to play them at that point.
I agree.
And I think they will. I think that at that point, their perspective will change.
So that's the one thing I think all the fans are looking for here in the exhibition season is how Giannis is going to do.
But weren't you intrigued by what you saw that one game?
Yes. Yes. I don't disagree with you. I saw the flashes. I see why they drafted him. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
I see what they see. Now,
How about my
Brandon
other
Knight.
There we go. I was wondering when you were going to get around to that.
He's not a point guard.
Yes,
No,
he is.
He's
Yes,
not
he
a
is.
point guard. No.
Not in the traditional John Stockton mold.
Is it he can pass to other players well and that mold?
Yeah.
Right. He can't. No, you're right. And that's the issue here.
I thought he was terrific the other night.
Look, defensively, yes. I
No.
like him. He's got nice hands. He can get some steals. I like that. Offensively,
Slow down a second. When's the last time you ever saw Brandon Jennings strip a guy twice, intercept a pass?
Jennings has had good games of steals.
He's never.
Dwayne, listen to me.
No.
Dwayne Wade steals the ball a lot too. I don't think Dwayne Wade's a great defender, but Dwayne Wade gets all the credit in the world for all the steals he gets.
He's overrated as a
Okay.
defender. No question.
All right, fine. Jennings would get steals too, but that doesn't mean Brandon Jennings is a great
Brand-
defender. It just means he had active hands.
Well, yeah. He
Okay, and Brandon Knight does too, to a certain degree.
Brandon Knight is so much better defensively than Jennings. It's a joke. Jennings would play matador defense out front. Knight stays after you.
Yeah.
And you know what? And I thought that was a classic matchup. He went against
Kyrie Irving,
who I consider the best point guard in the league, and he held up to him.
Yeah, he did.
It wasn't like Kyrie Irving had his way with him.
You're right.
So I thought that was a real positive.
I don't argue he's better than Jennings defensively. I'm not arguing that. What I'm arguing is I don't see the vision that I saw from Monte Ellis when he ran the point guard out of Brandon Knight. I don't see it. Now, the point was made to me. It's a good point. Hey, man, he's got all new guys he's never played with. Give him some time to figure out his teammates and so forth and then see what he has. But my thing is, when I watched him in Detroit, and now I watch him, and it's only one exhibition game. So, but either you have it or you don't have it, Gary. Either you have that court vision as a person, running the point guard, or you don't have it. I don't think it's something you can learn all the time.
As I said at the outset, he is not a John Stockton type guard. He's a combo guard who, if you look at the NBA
combo guard that can't score.
You look at Wade's that way, Westbrook's that way.
They can all score. He can't score.
Oh, he can score. Trust me.
When?
He's going to score.
When will he score?
I don't have any doubts about that at all.
What do you think he's going to average per game?
This year? Probably 17.
Okay, we'll see.
And that's good.
All right, we'll see if he gets 17.
I think for a 21-year-old point guard to average 17 points is outstanding.
I don't see it.
I do.
I don't see a jumper that I like.
You know, the other thing...
His best attribute is finishing around the rim right now.
He's incredibly good at getting to the basket.
Yeah.
And like you said, when's the last time you saw Jennings finish?
He can finish around the rim, but I don't think he's got a jumper. And for me,
he's actually a good perimeter shooter.
That's what I want to see.
I'm telling you, this kid...
And his shot attempts are going to go up from where they were in Detroit, which means his field goal percentage more than likely is going to go down worse than it was last year.
Hey, can it be any worse than Ellis and Jennings?
It was the same. They both shot 40%.
Yeah, and the difference is...
Well, now he's going to get more shots. He's going to go under 40.
Monte Ellis is what, 27, 28 years old? Been in the league like 9 years, whatever it's been?
Jennings is 1 year older than Brandon Knight, right?
Brandon Jennings has played at least 2 more years professionally than Knight, right?
Well, yeah, because he came out.
And let's say 2 more years where they are. Jennings is 24. Knight's 21. Yeah, there's a big difference. 3 years from now, tell me where Brandon Knight is, and I'll say he's going to be very good.
All right, fair enough. I guess we'll wait and see. Yeah. I don't see the offensive side of him other than he does finish around the rim nice because he's bigger physically, so he can take the hit. But I don't see.
Yeah, you know what though?
He looks like a nice defensive point guard. I don't.
Yeah,
see
you know how I liked him when the trade was made.
Oh yeah.
After watching that game the other night, I like him more. Yeah, I'm really sold on the game.
I watched the game and I said, "Yep, this is what I saw in Detroit. Nothing different." So I mean,
my biggest concern right now, and I'll say it,
and OJ Mayo,
the shooter's got to be able to shoot. Mayo has to shoot. Karan's got to shoot, and
they're not shooters.
But they're scorers.
They're scorers.
They're scorers.
They're not shooters.
No, they're not pure shooters. Mike Dunleavy type shooters. But hey, if they can score, what's the difference?
They don't have a shooter. No. Not a one.
Not a pure shooter.
I can't argue that. They don't have a back to the basketball there.
A back to the basket?
In the low post. They don't have a guy. Larry ain't it. John Henson ain't it. Ursan ain't it.
Henson showed that he's a pretty good low post player. He's got a nice left-hand hook that he's been using more and more, I've noticed. But he's the closest thing to a low post scorer.
I mean,
and he's not going to be a big-time low post scorer.
So both of those were needs, really, and neither one of those were filled. Now, they're going younger. They're saying they're not tanking. All right? Mm-hmm. I already had a call to the big show, our afternoon show, that says, this guy said, Sam, I think they'll win between 17 and 25 games.
Well, you know what the Vegas line is?
28?
Yeah, 28 wins.
I don't think they win less than 30.
I'm taking the over.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah, I think they're going to win about 32.
2.
I think they're going to win more than that. I think 36.
36?
Yeah, which I think, considering the circumstances, would be a very, very good season.
Right, and what does it get you?
It doesn't, but again, you're the one who said, let's rebuild and look to the future.
This isn't what we're doing!
Oh, all these guys...
Oh, we're trying to compete for the 8th seed again. This is the same stuff we always do.
But
there's no difference.
They have now a core of young players that going forward, they can be very good.
You are really sold that Herb Call is going to let John have it, just roll the bunch of young guys. For a minute, he's just going to let him go. He's not going to let him do it.
Sanders is 24, 25.
I know.
That whole group is young. It's not like they're throwing old guys out there.
But Gary, while they're all young,
yeah,
they all got to improve if you're ever going to do anything.
Vote Woelfel, first round.
Well, I mean, Larry Sanders.
TKO.
How much better is Larry Sanders' offensive game this year? How much better is John Henson's offensive game going to be? Mm-hmm. How much better is OJ Mayo going to be than any other time?
But you like those guys going forward, right?
But the point in all this is if you're going to tell me, well, Sparky, they are rebuilding, they are going young, they are going to get better.
They have
to improve as players every year in order to get to be the Indiana of the East.
Correct.
If you're going to get there, they have to show improvement.
Absolutely.
And if this year comes and goes, we go, Larry's no better offensively, Henson doesn't look any different at the end of the year. Mayo still is the same guy he was every other year he's been in the league.
I agree. If they don't improve, I'm totally on board with you. But they have the potential for growth.
And if they don't improve, do you really think Herb's going to go, oh, yeah, let's do this again next year?
I bet he does. They will. They'll keep.
He watches every game. He can see whether or not Larry's any better or Henson's any better.
Oh, no. If these guys were like 28, 29 going forward, I'd have issues. But they're 21, 20. Giannis. I mean, Giannis is huge. Knight is huge.
I'm scared to death.
Mayo's 24, 25. If Mayo was 28, 29, I'd say, hey, he's got no chance, no upside, no future. He's still young.
Have you seen Mayo improve at any point in his career since his rookie year?
Yeah, he's a good player.
You've seen him improve since his first year.
Absolutely.
I argue his first year was his best year in the league.
Well,
He hadn't done anything since. He had a stretch last year where in Dallas where he got hot for about 2 weeks. But outside of that, I haven't seen it. So again, OJ, don't prove me wrong.
He's a streaky shooter.
He has to be the best player on the court, and he has to average 21 to 22.
He's got to be one of the best. Ursan's got to be the best player on the floor. He's got to Ursan's got to get 16 and 7. He's got to have that.
That's a streaky player.
And you know what? And now with his ankle injury, I mean, here's all more minutes for Henson. You talk about Henson. Here's Henson's window of opportunity to say, hey, I can be that player. We'll see.
He's Gery Woelfel, the Racine Journal Times. It's going to be a long year. Steve Sparky, Fifer.
JournalTimes.com/Woelfel.
Radio.
WOELFEL.
Have their names up. You don't got to spell it for them.
I'm just being encouraging.
Yes.
You know?
Steve Sparky, Fifer. And each week now this year, we'll do these videos concerning the Milwaukee Bucks. And each week, you'll get to vote for the winner of our videos
This
here.
is a bad
about Bucks basketball. We'll talk to you next week, and your chance to vote again. And don't forget, vote Sparky.
Geeson's going to have more votes than me. On a write-in candidate.